Manchester United's entire identity is shifting right before our eyes, and honestly, some of these changes might shock you. Michael Carrick is quietly tearing up the old rulebook at Old Trafford. A serious injury to Manuel Ugarte just complicated United's whole transfer strategy, and there's a brand new wonder kid every top club in Europe suddenly wants. So which story matters most? Stick around because we're breaking down everything happening at Manchester United right now, and trust me, the dressing room drama alone is worth the watch. Let's start with Carrick, because what he's doing behind closed doors is remarkable. After a stunning caretaker spell that saw United rack up 12 wins, 4 draws and just 2 defeats, Carrick earned the job permanently and immediately started reshaping the culture. Third place, Champions League football secured, and a squad that suddenly looks united again. But how did he do it? By scrapping 8 controversial rules left behind by previous regimes. First to go, the dreaded day after training session. Both Amorim and Ten Hag demanded players report the morning after matches for recovery work. Carrick binned that instantly, giving players real rest and pushing recovery to 2 days later instead. Small change, huge impact on morale. Next, the food ban. Yes, you heard that right. Players weren't even allowed to eat in the dressing room under Amorim. Carrick reversed it completely, turning that space into something players actually want to be in. Then came mandatory post-match debriefs, where every player now stays until they feel genuinely heard, with Harry Maguire stepping up as a vocal leader in that new environment. Compare that to Amorim, who sent players straight home after matches without a word. Carrick's approach is the total opposite: raw, honest, immediate conversation while emotions are still fresh. But that's not even half of it. Carrick delayed matchday arrivals on purpose, letting fans build atmosphere before the bus even shows up. Training sessions got shorter but far more intense. Assistant coaches, previously silenced under Amorim, now actively coach on the training pitch. And that stubborn 3-4-3 formation everyone hated, gone, replaced by a balanced 4-2-3-1 system that's brought fan favourite Kobbie Mainoo straight back into the fold. Even pre-season tradition has been thrown out, with United ditching 25 years of long-haul tours for a European trip instead, hitting Norway, Finland, Ireland and Sweden. Carrick isn't just changing tactics, he's changing everything. Now, here's where things get complicated, because United's midfield plans just hit a massive roadblock. Manuel Ugarte suffered a horrific knee injury for Uruguay at the World Cup, and it could keep him out for months. That single moment has completely reshaped United's summer. With Elliot Anderson now seemingly city-bound in a deal worth around £116 million, United suddenly have one fewer midfield target and one very serious injury to deal with. Teddy Sheringham thinks he knows the solution, though, urging United to go all in on Crystal Palace's Adam Wharton. Do you think Wharton is really the answer United need? Because Sheringham seems convinced. Speaking to reporters, Sheringham praised both Anderson and Wharton, but stressed United desperately need players who can win the ball high, dominate Old Trafford, and keep possession ticking in the final third. That's exactly the profile missing right now, and Ugarte's injury only makes that need more urgent. Originally, United considered him replaceable this summer, open to offers to help fund a new signing. Now, with his recovery uncertain, that entire plan may be scrapped. Instead of selling to buy, United might need emergency midfield cover just to survive the season. Names already being floated include Shea Charles, Hayden Hackney and Fulham's Sander Berge, though a deal for Brazil's Ederson still looks close to completion. United are also chasing West Ham's Mateus Fernandes, but so far they're refusing to meet that £80 million valuation. If all these deals land, United could enter next season with Mainoo, Ederson and Fernandes as their core midfield trio, with Mason Mount ready to drop deeper when needed. Academy prospects like Tyler Fletcher are also waiting in the wings, but is that really enough cover if Ugarte's injury turns out to be an ACL tear? Carrick and Jason Wilcox may not have a choice but to act fast. There is a silver lining, though. FIFA's club protection scheme will reimburse United a portion of Ugarte's wages since he was injured on international duty, up to €7.5 million. It won't fund a marquee signing, but it could help cover a short-term loan option if needed. Either way, this injury has quietly become one of the biggest swing factors in United's entire summer rebuild. Now let's talk about the next global superstar suddenly linked with Old Trafford, because this one is genuinely exciting. 18-year-old Ayoub Bouadi has been turning heads at the World Cup with Morocco, and now Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester City and United are all reportedly circling. Real Madrid, Bayern Munich and PSG are watching too, which tells you everything about how highly this kid is rated. Born in France to Moroccan parents, Bouhaddi represented France at youth level before switching allegiance, and it's paying off spectacularly on the biggest stage in football. He helped Morocco draw with Brazil, beat Scotland, and now he's set to face the Netherlands with a place in the round of 16 on the line. So what makes him so special? Bouhaddi plays with incredible composure for someone his age, sitting at the base of midfield, breaking up attacks, and staying almost impossible to press. At 6'1", he shields the ball brilliantly and drives forward with real confidence. Both Morocco and his club Lille use a 4-2-3-1 system, meaning he already knows exactly how Carrick wants to play. Coincidence? Maybe not. Lille reportedly value him around £43 million, but expect a serious bidding war if he keeps performing like this. Bouhaddi himself says he's flattered by the interest, but completely focused on the World Cup for now. Still, don't be surprised if this becomes one of the most talked about transfer sagas of the summer. Meanwhile, back at Old Trafford, there's a surprising development involving young striker Chido Obi. Reports suggest he's now in talks to join FC Köln on loan, a move designed to give him crucial first-team experience after being limited to academy football this season. Obi impressed with 20 goals and 6 assists across United's youth teams, but the club clearly feels he needs senior minutes elsewhere to keep developing. Could this loan be the making of him? Time will tell. There's also big financial news brewing behind the scenes. According to former Manchester City advisor Stefan Borson, United have reportedly agreed to let Amazon Prime film their entire 2026-27 season for an all-or-nothing documentary. It's the same format that's followed Arsenal, Tottenham and City before them, and Borson estimates it could be worth up to £15 million. But there's a catch. If the season goes badly, United lose editorial control at the worst possible time. High reward, but definitely high risk too. And finally, one of the most fascinating storylines of this entire World Cup involves 2 former United teammates on a collision course. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, once United's most expensive defender ever at £50 million, now lines up for DR Congo against England, the very country that never capped him despite years of promise. Standing in his way is former teammate Marcus Rashford, who's using this tournament to rebuild his reputation and boost his chances of a permanent move away from Old Trafford. The irony is almost poetic. Wan-Bissaka once seemed destined for England's starting 11 before losing his place entirely, while Rashford is now fighting for his United future on the exact same stage. If Wan-Bissaka somehow helps DR Congo knock England out, how devastating would that be for the country that let him go? So there you have it. A completely transformed dressing room culture, a serious injury reshaping United's transfer strategy, a red-hot wonder kid catching everyone's attention, a surprising loan move, a massive documentary deal, and a World Cup subplot loaded with personal stakes. Which of these stories do you think will define United's season the most? Let me know down in the comments. And if you want more Manchester United coverage like this, make sure you're subscribed, because this summer is only just getting started.